Welcome back. I'm Brandon, the HBAR Bull, and I wanted to hop on here today to talk about some more information we got around the U.S. Strategic Crypto Reserve. But as always, none of this is financial advice. Use it for entertainment or educational purposes only. So I wanted to talk about this specifically as it pertains to the HBAR, and we'll start off with the post that got all this stuff started. So President Trump posted to Truth Social, the social media site, that a U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this crucial industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the Presidential Working Group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, SOL, and ADA. I will make sure that the U.S. is the crypto capital of the world. We are making America great again. Now, he followed this up with another post saying, and obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum as other valuable cryptocurrencies will be at the heart of this reserve. I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum. There's a few things that I want to point out. First is that the initial post he mentioned didn't mention Bitcoin and Ethereum, when it was clearly the intent to include these assets, as he followed up with. Now, it's not surprising with President Trump, considering how he can do a lot of things off the cuff, that this post wasn't really well vetted. But it also shows that this initial announcement wasn't meant to be all-encompassing. I don't think we can make too many conclusions for the HBAR from the post itself for a few reasons, and we certainly shouldn't get upset that it wasn't mentioned. All of the tokens that were mentioned are in the top 10 in terms of market cap. If lower tokens on the CoinMarketCap list had been mentioned, like AVAX or SUI, and HBAR was left out, then I would have some concern, but that didn't happen. So I'm pretty confident that there are going to be other assets that are included here, and HBAR would only make sense. Now, the next question is, how are these assets actually going to make it into the strategic reserve? One option would be to take assets that have already been seized or acquired by the U.S. government through things like law enforcement actions and just take those crypto assets and put them into the strategic reserve. Now, this would work for things like Bitcoin, that the U.S. government already does hold some of that asset, but not for some of these other assets that have been mentioned. The other way it could be done, and most people are assuming this, is, of course, the government could go out and buy the assets, which, of course, would be very market positive. The other option is to go in a direction like what we have seen in Texas, where the government could allow some taxes to be paid in the crypto assets that they want to add to the strategic reserve. Now, this wouldn't be as market positive as you would see with the direct purchases, but it would still have a positive impact. And the final option is these assets could be donated to the strategic reserve directly from the networks, just so they can say that they were included. That would feel very Trump to me. He wants to be perceived as getting great deals for the American people, and getting crypto for free for a strategic reserve would certainly be a good deal. That said, it wouldn't be market positive for the tokens that do this. It would be neutral at best, or even negative in the long run. All this is to say that we don't have enough information to be jumping to any conclusions at this point, but it sounds like we might get some more information pretty soon. On Friday, March 7th, there's going to be the first White House Crypto Summit hosted by the crypto czar David Sachs. Following this summit is where I would expect some more information on this crypto reserve to come from. So right now, I think we just all need to be patient. Regardless, with Hashgraph being invented and Hedera being founded by a pair of U.S. Air Force professors, and the Hedera Governing Council being a Delaware-based LLC, you don't get much more American cred than that. Plus, with American companies like Mondelez and Nvidia leveraging the tech and the possibility of Swift doing the same, it would be silly for HBAR not to be included in a reserve like this. Unless to be included, it would require something like the Hedera Governing Council to donate the HBAR into the strategic reserve, and I actually might be against doing something like that. Now let's jump into the HBAR market. Things have been crazy over the past few days, and the HBAR market has been no different. Before we jump into it, I'm going to go ahead and get the sweatshirt off. It's getting a little bit warm down here. Just last Friday, we saw the HBAR price with a 17 handle, and then it started to outperform, and we saw HBAR rise from number 19 on the CoinMarketCap list to an all-time high of 11 above SUI, AVAX, Stellar, and Chainlink. HBAR continued to rise after the announcement by Trump to as high as 28 cents, but today risk assets were under pressure and the crypto market realized that Trump's little plan required congressional approval, so crypto took a pretty hard hit. Still, HBAR has maintained around that 11 spot on the CoinMarketCap list, which is really impressive considering we were at number 50 back in October. I also love that it seems like we made a triple bottom here in the upper teens. The governmental stance compared to where we were a year ago on crypto has been huge for Hedera, and we have so many good things in the hopper, including whatever might be cooking with Swift. Of course, we have Hedera Tech getting embedded in NVIDIA chips, and of course, there are so many other catalysts out there that could drive the HBAR. We could have other use cases. This administration has also been talking about no tax on U.S. crypto, so of course, HBAR would sit firmly in that spot. We also have the HBAR-backed ETF, which almost seems like it's a lock at this point. So I know some people were a little bit disappointed that Trump didn't shout out HBAR there, but I think we just need to be a little bit more patient, and HBAR is going to make it into its rightful place in the top 10, and I think significantly higher than that. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the weekly update in a few days.